Back at it again. I'm repping the GoatGang hoodie because that's what we do. We are the greatest of all time. And now that you're here watching this, you want to learn about employees. Now, previously I didn't want to make this program because I was not really qualified because I didn't go through the up and down cycle. But now, since 14 employees quit on me, and I'll explain that a little bit later into the program, why that happened, and how I could have prevented it from happening. We're gonna learn a lot. This is gonna be a great program, dude. Now I know so much more about employees that I can actually share with you, and you'll understand everything that I learned, except in 60 minutes, where it took me 3 years to learn this. You're getting a steal. Holla at your boy. It is what it is. Okay, number one. Doesn't matter how nice you are to employees, doesn't matter how kind you are, or how much stuff you buy them, none of that. The only reason they are there is for money. Remember that. They're not your friends, they're not your relatives, they're not your cousins. I don't care if they're your friends, relatives, or cousins. The only reason they show up is because of money. They want finances, they want resources, and you are gonna be able to provide that. It's just like you going to a customer's house. The only reason you're there, yeah, is to do a good job. Yeah, but the main reason is to go get that money. You need that paper. So don't shy away from that and understand the reason the employees come every single day is to get paid. If they don't get paid, guess what happens? They don't want to work for you, or they do bad things like steal. Okay? Simple. So you got to drain that. You got to pump that in your head. You don't need to go be a saint to your employees. You just need to pay them well. You need to, like, when they think of you, when they think of Tigran, they think money man. Money man's always got the money. I don't have to worry about him stiffing me. That's what they have to think. That's the last thing you want, is your employees showing up and them not getting paid. For sure, in my position, in my situation I'm in, they don't think that because I've never not paid them. I've always paid them. I would not get paid, and I would pay them. See what I'm saying? That's my mentality. They get paid first, I get paid second. But truth of the matter is, I get paid a lot more, but that's what needs to happen. I need to get paid a lot more because I'm taking a lot of risk, okay? That is finished. Now, let's roll on into a few more things. You are there to provide opportunity. That's it. You're the opportunity man. So when they look at you, they can't like doubt that you're not going to pay them, and they can't doubt that you are not going to have jobs. So you really got to be on top of your stuff, man. This is not going to be an easy task. But employees need to for sure know that they will get paid and you have work, consistent work, a buttload of work, a lot of work, a ton of work that you're not going to run out. Because if they think that you're going to run out, guess what? They're going to take their time, they're going to go slow, and you ain't going to make nothing. Zero. The thing that get asked the most often is, T, where do you find good employees? How do you find them? Where are they? Now, I know there's going to be people that have this idea that employees are already out in the workforce. They are working already. No one's hiring. There's no good employees out there. Well, dude, it's pretty simple. If you think like that, you're going to find zero people thinking like that. And by the way, when you do find employees, they're all going to be horrible, and you're going to say the exact same thing over and over. There's no good employees. I can't find anyone. No one wants to work for me. Bleh. Horrible attitude. The worst way to start the game. Let's say you're playing football, and you're like, well, we're going to lose. We're losing the game. We're already going to lose. You didn't even start the game, and you already have a bad attitude. That's horrible. You got to go out into the marketplace, and you got to think to yourself, I will find incredible employees. I will find incredible employees. Doesn't matter where you are. Now, what would I do if I started all over again? Pretty simple. I would literally go to other construction job sites. The best place to do it is where jobs are already starting. Jobs are already happening. You drive by and you look. Park your car. Park your car like 40, 50 feet away. Don't get too close. Just scope. Look at what they're doing. The boys are working, and if you see that they're actually good employees and they're not screwing around drinking beer and doing stupid things like taking a break when the boss leaves, those are great candidates, incredible candidates. Now, you'd be like, well, T, they're already working. Why would they want to work for you? What if you're that much better of a company to work for? What if you pay them more? Okay, we'll get into that later. We'll get into the ethical stuff later of maybe you're thinking, well, it's not right for me to go steal another guy's employees. Okay, well, that's fine. Do what you got to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying what I would do. So you don't got to do any of this. This is what I would do. And this is what I have done. All right. Now, you drive by and you look at the job site. You scope it out and you make sure that the owner's not there. Make sure that there's no manager there. If the owner manager leaves, that's when it's time. And you could do this day after day. You could scope it out on Monday and then go back on Tuesday, go back on Wednesday, go back on Thursday. See what it's like if there's the same consistent people, right? And then maybe on Friday when nobody's there, you roll up and you say, hey guys, quick question. I have a landscape company and I need people that know how to do the work. Do you know anybody? That's it. That's all you gotta ask. Do you know anybody? Do you have any friends? Do you have any cousins? Do you have any relatives? Do you know anyone that's in the landscaping industry that wants a job? And they'll most likely say yes. First thing they'll ask you is, what does it pay? In my area, the minimum is $20. That's the minimum I pay my employees, $20. However, my foreman makes $35, $40 an hour. But that's a skilled mason. Very skilled mason, incredible people management skills, and he runs the show. So for me, that's worth it. Okay? But in the beginning, you might not be able to afford that, and that's fine. But the reality of it is you can't afford not to have good employees because you can't be doing this all by yourself every single day. You know what I'm saying? You're going to run your company into the ground along with your health, along with your mind, along with everything else. If you keep staying a one-man show, you will lose. As soon as you get sick, guess what? No work. Call the customer. I'm sick. I have a cold. Can't come in. Yeah, okay. When I get sick, work still gets done. When I want to go to Miami to a boot camp, work still gets done. When I want to go to an event, work still gets done. Why? Because I have employees that are great and that are able to carry on the project if I am sick or unable to show up to work. So now you ask the guy if he knows any friends, if he has any relatives. Cool. I'm just going to paint a picture for you so you understand very clearly. In front of me is Andrew. Andrew is working, and Andrew has, I don't know, maybe 4 employees that are working with him. You walk up and you say, hey, quick question, Andrew. I have a landscape company and we're doing jobs very similar to yours. Do you know of a person that does work like you guys do? I know you have jobs, it's fine, not a big deal. But do you know anybody else that is looking for a job? Andrew will say, well, yeah, I do. How much does it pay? $20 an hour to $30 an hour, $35. If it's a very skilled person that knows masonry work, that knows concrete, that knows how to do brickwork, all that, pay them $35, $40 an hour. No problem, all day, every day. But they need to know what they're doing. So if it's a skilled mason, be more than happy to talk to him and find out his expertise. But if it's a laborer, starting at $20 an hour. They most likely know a few laborers and they most likely know a few skilled masons. Now, It might even be them, but we're not even talking about that right now. We're asking for a referral. Okay, we're not going in and say, dude, leave your job, come work for me. Not doing that. All right. So he says, yeah. So what you do is you get his contact information and you text him right away. Make sure that you see that he received the text message. And then you go to his friend. Let's say Andrew referred Bob. You call Bob on speaker. If he answers, say, hey, Bob, I got a number from Andrew. I'm looking for some employees. Do you have a quick minute to talk? I'll call you back in 5 minutes. Okay? Hang up. Boom. You keep handling Andrew. Is there anybody else that you know? Maybe your friends. Okay? The job site. You're looking around the job site. And then he'll say, oh, yeah, Johnny over here in Kyle. They'll walk over here. And you say, good. Look, guys, so what I'm going to do is if these guys come work for me for 2 months, for 60 days, and they stay, I will personally come here and give you $500 cash for the referral. Is there anybody else that you know? Please, I'm really desperate. I want to find good employees. I have a lot of work, and I just need good people that know what they're doing. That's how you get someone's attention. Don't worry about the money, dude. The money is useless. Don't worry about you giving $500 for a referral. You don't have employees. You don't have any good employees. Okay? So now you're going to really start getting them thinking. And they'll say, oh, you know what? My cousin's looking for work. Or this guy's looking for work. Let me give him a call. And they give him a call. Boom. Before you know it, you have 3, 4, 5, 6 candidates to hire. Okay? And you get their number. And you say, awesome, I'm going to meet up with them. Thank you so much. If they stick and stay, I promise you I will come here and give you $500. And then right before you're leaving, say, hey guys, what are your working hours? And they'll say, oh, we work Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week. That's typical in the construction industry. Sometimes they work more. And ask them, hey, so, and then you ask them, well, like, what do you get paid? 25, 30 bucks an hour. What's the average people get paid? 25, 30. Okay, great, cool. Like, hey, how would you like to work on a Saturday for 35 an hour? And just come help me for one day. It's a project we're doing. We're doing a little bit of pavers. And it's just a one-day job. You come here, pay you 35 bucks an hour. It doesn't matter if you don't need to make any money. Nothing. You don't need to make $1 on these jobs. You need to find good employees. All that money that your profit and whatever. Don't be greedy, dude. You pay the guy 35. You pay the guy 40 bucks an hour. You just shove it in his face. If he's good, if he's great, it's a no-brainer. Okay? It's a no-brainer. So you ask him, Saturdays, can you come help me for one day? Some of the guys will want to work Sundays. Whatever. You do what you want to do. If you want to work Sundays, do it. I don't care. I would. I work. It's a Saturday right now and I'm working. And I'm going to work tomorrow and I'm going to work Monday. It's no big deal to me. I like what I do. But you find out if they can work Saturday. Maybe Andrew and Kyle will roll in on Saturday and help you with a little 200 square feet of pavers. And that's that. You pay them hella good. You put whatever is left in your pocket and you put it in with pride. But now you have contacts. Okay? Now Andrew knows that he comes and he sees, oh, little white boy serious. Or whatever, little brown boy, whatever. It doesn't matter. This kid is serious. This guy is serious. And you'd be like, and then after the job is complete, you pay them well. You pay them in cash. Don't worry. I know. You'd be like, well, they're 1099 and W-2. In the beginning, you pay cash. You eat the taxes. Do what you got to do. It's a day laborer. Okay? I know Uncle Sam wouldn't like this, but it's what you do, man. Because you're not looking to put someone on payroll when you don't even know if they're good or not. You pay them cash. You pay them $250, $300, whatever it is. And you say, thank you. Are you guys free next Saturday? If they like you, they'll say yes. That's what you want them to do. You want them to like you. You want them to like your tools. You want them to like your work that you're doing. It's a good environment to work, okay? You don't have to be a super dick in the beginning. Be kind. and be very generous with money. Buy them lunch. You got to buy their friendship, okay? I'm not saying you got to be friends with them, but you have to buy. You got to basically buy them. Buy them. Buy their trust. Buy their loyalty. And they'll come back next Saturday. And now, in the meantime, you have a bunch of contacts you got to go through. Dude, finding employees is so stupid simple. It's ridiculous. The reason you think it's hard to find employees is because you were brainwashed by your parents and by other people that were around you saying, oh, employees are hard to find. They're hard to find if you're an idiot. They're not hard to find if you just have a little common sense and your communication is good. Okay? Now, the job site is done. That's one way of doing it. That's the best way of doing it, really. Go straight to the job site. Go straight to the source. The next way to do it is if there's no job sites around you, which I find very, very hard to believe, you walk the streets of Home Depot. Stay in the building aisle, the builder's aisle. Electrician stuff, you don't need that. Stay in the building aisle. And you walk around. Now, this takes a little guts, man. But you're a business owner. You need to do this. You need to stop being a little wimp, stop being a little bitch, and get out of your shell and go up and communicate with people. You got to understand, the only way you will be successful is if you hire people, if you recruit people. Name one company that has no employees that's successful. Impossible. There's zero. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, the list goes on. Samsung, Apple, the list goes on. Okay? It's impossible. So you really got to figure out where these guys are. I personally like to hire Mexican guys. Mexican guys that know what they're doing. So the best place to find them is Home Depot. You roll up at Home Depot. You can hire white guys. You can hire Asian guys. You can do what you want. It doesn't matter the color of the person's skin. What matters is their ability to perform the task at hand. Okay? That's what matters. I'll hire a black guy, Mexican guy. It doesn't matter. White guy. If he knows what he's doing and I like him, he's hired. Guaranteed. Superstars is what you're looking for. Especially in the beginning. You're looking for superstars that will grow with the company. Now, you're walking the aisles of Home Depot and you see a guy. You say, hey, I have a landscape company and I'm looking for a guy that knows what he's doing when it comes to actual construction. You give him the same pitch. Give you $500 if you know anybody and they stick around for 2 months. Same pitch. Yeah, I actually know a guy. Jose. Jose's looking for work. He has a job, but he doesn't like it. How much you pay? If Jose is good, I'll pay him $30 an hour. Pay him $40 an hour. But I need him to come work for me for 1 day. I'll pay him cash. If you want to come too, come along. Oh, well, maybe I do want to come. Saturday, Sunday, whenever. Have tryouts, dude. Boom. You just found another guy at Home Depot. The thing is, all these guys that you're going to get, they might not work out. But you're looking for candidates. You're looking for people that know what they're doing. Okay? Done. You got it? Good. Same thing applies to paver yards. Where do you buy your pavers? Oh, I buy my pavers at Evergreen Supply. Okay, Evergreen Supply. You walk in there and you build a relationship with the owner, the manager, whoever's in charge, and you make sure you show your face. Say, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. I have a question for this paver pattern. I have a question for this actual stone veneer. I have a question for these retaining wall blocks. And you go in there and you make sure you introduce yourself. You smile. Have a nice smile on you, dude. People are much more friendly when you smile, even though they're mean. Just keep smiling. Remember, business, people, smile, money. Got it? That's it. So you're going to walk in there. You're going to smile, have a great attitude, ask them questions about the product, and they're going to say, oh, yeah, I'll be more than happy to help you. Keep going. If you're a young guy, they're even going to be more than happy to help you. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a young guy. You just have to have a good attitude. Have a good attitude and be young in the spirit. Okay? And you will have success. People want to help you, especially when you're starting out. You lay it on the line. Don't be cocky. Say, hey, I'm starting out. I really need help. Can you educate me a little about these pavers? And while you're talking, you'd be like, hey, do you by chance know anybody that's looking for work? And they'll say, well, they know a bunch of people. Oh, a bunch. Because all these guys do is they come in and they buy pavers, buy pavers, buy pavers. So if you need a word out, you're looking for employees, that guy is going to be the guy to know. For sure, without a doubt. They do millions and millions of dollars in sales in pavers, and they know everybody in town because everybody goes to that one place to get a pallet of pavers. That's a guy who you want to know. What I would recommend is bringing them Starbucks gift cards. They'd be like, hey, do you drink coffee? And they'll say, yeah. Great. Here's a little gift card. Done. Give it to a few people. What's $25 times 4? Big deal. $100. What about 8 people? Oh my God. T, what if there's 10 people there? See, you don't have to give it to the people that are taking your order, like at the cashier, entry level. No. You walk in there, you give it to the owner, you give it to the manager, you give it to the supervisor. Say, hey, here's a little gift for you. If you know anybody that's looking for employment, please let me know. They need to know how to do pavers, concrete, all that stuff. And that's it. And you leave it at that. You make sure they have a phone number. Now, I did this, but this was later on. I'm going to say, you're not going to want to hire people from that place that work there. Okay? And we'll get to what I did a little bit later, how I hired my project manager. But you're not going to want to do that in the beginning because I already built a relationship. I spent probably close to, probably $2 million at that place. And then I did that. In the beginning, you don't want to do that. If there's a guy outside and he's driving the forklift and says, I know how to do pavers, I want to work for you, say no. I need people outside of here. Do not break that relationship. You don't want to be that guy. That's why I recommend going to the owner first and say, I need a little help. Can you please help me find something? Give him a Starbucks gift card. Give him a Burger King gift card. Who cares, dude? Put it on your credit card. Big deal, right? You need connections. So now you have 3 connections and people are out actively looking for you. And then you text them right away. Say, hey, thank you so much. Would really appreciate if you could help me out. It would change my life. It will change my life. And really appreciate your support. Send. What would that do to you if someone said that? I mean, shit, you'd want to help them. You need to communicate, man. You need to get out of your little shell. Stop listening to mama and daddy. Your parents screwed you up big time. And your schools screwed you up big time. Because you go home and your dad's like, there's no good employees. Your dad's an idiot. You need to stop listening to your dad. If your dad was so smart, you wouldn't be watching this right now. If your parents were so educated and so financially literate, you would not be watching this. You go ask your dad for advice and your dad's advice would work. You get the difference? When you ask your parents for advice on anything, most likely doesn't work. That's why you're here. That's why you reach out to YouTube. You think Donald Trump's kids go ask anybody else about business? No. For what? Let's ask Daddy. Daddy knows. Daddy's a billionaire. Same thing with Grant. Same thing with Tony Robbins. Same thing with all these really big time players. That's how it is, man. So now you got the employee. The employee is full-time. You had a few candidates, and the candidates worked out, and the guys like you. You like the guys. In the beginning, you're going to have to buy them lunch. Dude, like bring Coca-Cola to the site. Watch how happy they get when you bring a 12-pack of Coke, and you just say, guess how much it costs? $5, $6 maybe. I'm not really sure how much Coke costs. It doesn't matter. Like, Workers like little stuff like that. And in the beginning, I bought my employees lunch for like 4 months. There was 4 guys. Started with 1 guy, then it went to 2, 3, and 4. And I bought those 4 guys lunch for about 4 or 5 months until I was like, dude. Then we got 5, 6 employees, and I'm like, it's not gonna work out. I can't be spending $60 a day on lunch. What are you gonna do to pay the employees to make sure they stay? You got to find out what they were making at the job before, and they kind of have to prove it. If they say they make $20 an hour, you just got to take their word for it, because $20 an hour is very believable. If they make $30 an hour, like, you have to make sure that they actually make $30 an hour and they do $30 an hour worth of work. If he knows about pavers and level and concrete and masonry work, pay him 30, 32, 50, 35, whatever. You need that guy on your team. So the guy that changed my company was a guy named Carlos. And I'll forever be grateful, because he actually knew what to do with the work. He actually knew how to do it. I had no idea. That's why I keep saying, you don't need to know how to do any of this stuff. The less you know how to do it, the better it is. For real. I'm telling you, the less you know, the better it is. You don't need to know everything about the industry. You don't need to be an expert. You need to be an expert communicator with people, and you need to have people doing the right things, okay? Once you bring people on your team that know exactly what to do, you're going to learn along the way. Like, I know exactly how to do pavers now. The level, the grade, the slope, the elevation, how much room it's got to be between the door, the rise of the steps. We need 6-inch steps, 6-inch rise, 14 inches depth. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff I know now. But I don't need to know that. It has nothing to do with making money. That's how you do the work. Pay the employees well and pay them every single week. Do not miss a day. This is why it's really important to have your contracts laid out so you have progress payments. If you don't have my contracts, that's a big problem. You need to have my contracts system laid out, and it's going to have everything listed, progress payments, the terms. There's a certain rule in there where we measure at the end and we multiply by the amount charged per square foot. That will save your ass every single time, and that's what you need. All right? Payroll. Do not mess around with people's money. It doesn't matter how nice you are, how many donuts you bring them, how much Coca-Cola you buy them. The thing the employees are there for is money. They don't care about you buying a gym access. They don't care about vacation days. They want cold, hard cash. They want money in the bank. They want to see numbers on their check. Okay? When it comes to money, do not mess around. Pay yourself last. Pay the employees first. Don't worry about what you make. Worry about what your employees make. Your employees make good money? Dude, trust me, you are going to make good money, because you're going to figure out a system of how to actually do it. But in the beginning, I'm telling you, it's not a big deal that you make $500 a week. Not a big deal that you make $1,000 a week. I mean, it's a big deal if you make $1,000 a week 2 years into the company, a year into the company. That's a big deal. That's a problem. When you're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months into the deal, who cares? Just get the job, pay the employees, finish the job, and move on. That's what you want. That's the main thing. You need to make sure that the jobs are moving forward. You get the job, complete the job, boom, boom, boom. Employees get paid. Employees stay. You retain the employees. Everyone's happy. You move forward. Now, here is where it gets good. When it comes to compensation, you need to have everybody on payroll. Now, there are a few different companies to use for payroll. ADP, and I use Paychex. I used to use ADP, but their platform was so outdated. It might have changed now, but you can definitely use them. They're big. Go with the big companies, the big massive ones, because they know what they're doing. they will hold the payroll taxes, so you're not responsible and liable for them. How it works is you pay an employee $1,000, right? And their taxes come out of the check. So, for example, $100 comes out of their check, right? And then $50 you pay additionally. So you pay $50, they pay $100. Okay, so they get $900 on the check. Now that $150 is going to be kept by the company and sent to the government. So you're not liable for that. The problem with doing payroll yourself, because you are going to be holding the money. So you would be holding that $150 in your bank account, and then at the end of the year, you have to send that off to the IRS or tax place or whatever, whoever deals with taxes for payroll. And that can be difficult because if you're in a tough situation and you need cash, guess where you're going to dip the money into? Right there in the payroll taxes. So you definitely don't want to do it yourself. I know a guy, he has a pretty big company and he owes $1 million in back tax because he used the payroll tax money to grow his company. And that was completely the dumbest thing you can do. So hire a payroll tax company, ADP, Paychecks. Go with those ones. I don't know if there's more. I'm sure there's more, but go with the big ones, dude, because they know what they're doing. And you just type in all the numbers. You get the person's address, social security number, how many kids they got, blah, blah, blah. You know the whole thing. And you type it in. And then Friday, at the end of the week, you punch in the numbers, and they get paid on Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever. That's the way it's got to work. There's no other way around it. You need to have everyone legit. You need to have everyone on payroll because you don't want to get in trouble for doing a 1099. After we figured out the whole payroll situation, I'm going to tell you a little thing that like people do in our industry is they have a few guys working for them. I 1099 them. Like you 1099 them. I mean, yeah, you're gonna do that. It's gonna be fine. Your accountant's gonna say, yeah, it's okay, blah blah blah. But in reality, like they're your actual employees, so you're gonna need to put them on payroll. That's why I stress it's so important to have a payroll service. And yes, it's gonna cost you more, but you're doing it the right way. You want to stay in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of putting so much time and effort and energy into something for 2 years and learning the industry and going through a lot of garbage and going through a lot of ups and downs and dips, where on the third, fourth year, it's all going to be taken away from you. So we want to be in the game for many, many years and then plan an exit all the way at the end. So that's why it's important to have payroll service. Super important. And if you 1099 someone, technically they're going to need to have a business license. They're going to need to have their own insurance. They're going to need to have bond, workman's comp, all that stuff. So be very wary. I know that in the beginning you might need to do that. I advise against it. I say if you're going to do it, just do it right from the start because you're playing the long game. You know what I'm saying? You're playing the long game. And this goes without saying, you absolutely need to have all your workman's comp, insurance, bond. And dude, it's not as hard as you think it is. It's actually easier to do than you think. Like, it's so difficult. I remember this guy when I was mowing lawns when I was like 18, 19. I had this friend, his name was Kyle, and his dad used to mow a lot of lawns, and he had like commercial. And I used to ask him like, hey, Mr. Kyle's dad, how do I get into commercial? And he said, oh, well, you need this, you need insurance, you work workman's comp, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, well, you don't want to have all that. It's a pain in the ass. Don't do that. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, just stick with your lawns. It's not worth it. And years went by, and I'm like, that was ingrained in my head. This is why it's so important to be very selective where you get your information from. Because that guy was an idiot, complete moron, dumb, stupid. And I'm so mad that I listened to him because I could have had really big mowing accounts because I turned down commercial jobs because of one idiot that had his own problems. Doesn't mean I'm going to have those problems. There's nothing wrong with workman's comp. There's nothing wrong with insurance. None of that. That is a necessity. It's like going to shoot basketball. You want to become a basketball player? Well, let's not wear shoes. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need shoes, dude. You're going to roll your ankle. You're going to break your leg. You need to have the right equipment. You need to have the right things in order. So, super mad that I listened to him for many years, but after I started like getting into business, running my company, I'm like, dude, it's a necessity. You can't not do it. So you need to have all that. It's simple. In my other programs, I've gone into doing a workman's comp and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But for sure, to take care of the employees, definitely get workman's comp. Definitely get insurance. Definitely get bond. Definitely get payroll service. Pay them taxes, boys. Pay them taxes. I pay taxes. I have no problem paying taxes. This is America. You don't live in Russia. This is America. So now it's going to be a pretty simple situation. Now you're going to have a few jobs rolling. And remember, you are wearing the sales hat. So you are Mr. Salesman. And you're going to be rolling out. You're going to be getting jobs. You're going to be fired up. Your employees are going to be doing the jobs. Yes, you're going to need to micromanage every single aspect of the job, because in the beginning, you can hire a manager, you can do all that stuff, which I recommend you do. Just get it out of the way. I should have hired a project manager a long time ago, but I waited this long. I don't know why. Just opportunity never presented itself because I was never looking. So you always constantly got to have your eyes peeled, dude, open, like this, just constantly looking, searching, and seeing who the right candidate is, who's going to fit the budget, who's going to make the team, who are you going to recruit. And you'll be surprised at the places you find these people, man. You really will be. But as of right now, the one thing that you're going to need to do is be a sales machine. And your employees need to have confidence in you that they are going to be taken care of financially and with work. So I'll tell you my experience. About 4 or 5 months into the deal, I started getting a good reputation online, and I started getting a lot more work. And I had a situation where I'm like, dude, I need more jobs. Like, I need more people because we need to go faster because I can't keep up. I was booked out like 6 months. It's a good problem, but like, we need more people so these jobs get done faster. So I put a call out. And remember, Carlos is my main guy. Carlos is my number one. He basically started my company with me. And so I told him, like, hey, we need some more people. Do you know anybody? And he says, I'll look for him. So he finds me a few guys. They come on the team. They get hired. One of the guys ends up being an incredible mason. Knows a lot about levels and pitch and slope and grade and all that stuff. So instantly, right off the bat, I hired him. No doubt. And now he works for me full time, and so does Carlos. And they've been with me for Carlos been with me for 3.5 years, and Jose's been with me 2.5 years. Maybe two years and 8 months, something like that. Regardless, they've been with me for a little while. And what happened was they started bringing their friends. So it was a in their like little area of expertise where they used to work. They knew people, so they just made some phone calls. They said, "Hey, Apple was hiring. You want to get a job here?" And they came. Some of them I liked, some of them I didn't like. Some of the Carlos liked, but what happened was we started with about 3, and then we went to 6, and then from 6 we just went to 13 people, real quick, and then kept getting those guys, and then those 13 guys, they put a call out, and they got a few more guys. So now we're at like 18, 19 people. At one point, we were at 20 people. This was in the summer of 2018. It's that job that we did for $300,000 with the beer tap, and you'll see it. At that job, we had about 18, 19, 20 employees. It was kind of crazy. So my payroll was about $27,000 a week, right? Which is crazy because it puts a lot of pressure on you, because if the jobs are slacking off, if the employees are slacking off, dude, that's gonna hit the budget hard, right? Hard. So with that being said, what ended up happening was I had a group of guys, and they all shared the last name. There was about 8 of them, and what I made a mistake in is I just thought to myself, oh, since they're family, since they work together, they're gonna come here and they're gonna push each other, and it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be good for morale because they're friends, they're family, like everyone knows each other, so it's a good environment for them to work in. Now that was the case, okay? And that was the case for about a year and a half, from 2017 basically all the way to 2018, right? There was about 8-9 guys that were all family members, like cousins, uncles, nieces, blah, blah, blah. And it worked really good. There was a guy, I remember, let's say his name is Andy. Andy, he first started working for me. He just got out of high school. He was a young kid. He's about 19, and he just started working for me. And he came to the job site, and he was like a skinny twig, kind of like me, but much skinnier, right? And I could see by his actions that he was just dragging his feet, lagging balls, like just, ugh. He didn't like to work. So I told my foreman, I said, hey, this guy, I don't want him to work here anymore. This is his last week. And Jose, he said, hey, please give him another chance. Let me talk to him, and let me see what we can do. I said, no, I don't want him. And he said, please, just give him one more week. And I said, all right, one more week. So next week comes in, the kid's moving, hauling ass. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I see it. He's not moving for the right reasons. He's moving because he doesn't want to lose his job. He's pushing it. So at the end of it, he did pick it up. He did step it up. He started getting the hang of it. But I still, looking back on it, I still should have fired him right there. That was, I wanted to fire him on Friday. I should have blew him out. And but I listened to my foreman because he asked me to do him a favor, which now, in hindsight, I should have not done that favor. But 2 years went by. Everything was good. They kept working at the company, 2017 to basically 2019. And there was a problem between 3 of the family members. And they're all, this is the commonality they had, they're all young, super young. See, that's another problem. You hire young guys, they are more likely to screw off and not take the job seriously. So that's what happened to me. And I hired these young guys, okay? They just got out of high school. And I hired them. In the beginning, everything was great because I thought, oh man, they got a lot of energy, they're moving, they're pushing. And that's what it was. But when my back was turned, they were screwing off. They were talking, they were jibber-jabbering, they were on their phone, looking at scores for soccer, blah, blah, blah. And I told them, I'm like, dude, y'all can't do that. So 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks went by, everything was good, everyone was moving, and then it goes again. So I told them again. They stopped doing it, and then it goes again. So at one point, I was like, dude, there's 3 problem childs in the company, and these are the people that I have to blow out. And this happened in January 2019. This is when 13 people quit on me, right? So I'll tell you straight up what happened, and it's going to be such a learning lesson for me, for you. I've already learned from it, but definitely going to be a learning lesson from you. On Tuesday, everybody was working, and this job we're already behind on. Like, we needed to finish this 2 days ago, and we're still not done. We still got one more day. So I'm behind 3-4 days. And if you're doing $5,000 in payroll a day, that's a problem. I lost $25,000 on that job, but it is what it is. So what happened, I called everyone in, and we sat down, and we were standing, and we had our group meeting. We were standing, we had our group meeting, and everybody was in the circle. And I said, look, I told them the numbers. I'm like, we are screwing up bad. At that time, we were $15,000 behind. And I'm like, you guys want to do all this? You guys want to have fun? You want to have a good company? There needs to be some kind of production, because what we're doing right now is not working at all. Like zero. It was sucking big time. So I had a conversation with them, and I said, we're going to need to change a few things. What happened was, we were doing a little stucco job on the wall, and it was 3:30. Work stops at 3:30. And there was guys finishing up the stucco. Just a very little bit of stucco, maybe 5-10 minutes. And there was 4 guys working, and the other 9 people were just standing there by the trailer with all their tools ready to go, because they wanted to go home. And I saw this, and I'm like, dude, this is stupid. I'm like, a team does not do this at all. So I told them exactly that. I said, a team does not do that. 4 guys were working, 8 guys were standing, and then the rest were in the back working on something else, cleaning up. I'm like, why is that? I'm like, I look at them, and I said, you 3 are the problem. I said, 1, 2, 3. You guys are the problem. You keep talking over and over, and you're bringing everyone else down. So when you jibber jabber, everyone else jibber jabbers. That got everyone's attention. I said, it needs to stop. And then one of the young idiots that I hired, remember Andy, the one I wanted to fire, he suggests, this is what he said, and I quote him, we should all stop working at the same time so we can go home at the same time. Okay. Instantly, in my head, I said, I'll never see you again, 100%. And then another guy raised his hand. He said something along the same lines and stupid. I said, okay, I won't see you again. So I said, I'm going to text you who's coming in tomorrow, and we'll figure it out. I sent everybody home. I text the list. The 3 jibber jabbers were not included. All right? Come the next morning, everybody shows up. Everybody shows up. We're at the trailer. The 3 jibber jabbers are not there. Out of nowhere, 5 guys start working. The rest are standing by the curb, not working. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, well, if the other guys aren't working, then we don't want to work. I said, what do you mean? They said, if the other guys are not working, we don't want to work. And I said, well, I don't need them today. Why would they work? There's too many people. And they said, we just want it fair. And I said, okay. Go home. So they left. If you don't want to work, I don't need you. If you want to quit on me when the job's going on, I don't need you. And that's the other thing, man. You don't need anybody. Because the only person that's going to stay in your company is you. That's the guarantee. Your foreman's not going to stay. The project manager's not going to stay. None of these people are guaranteed to stay. The only one that's really guaranteed to stay is you. And I don't need garbage. If they're like so stupid in the head where that's their thought pattern, I don't need them. I don't need them. So the 5 guys that stayed, I thanked them, and I said, I will do something really special for you guys. Just give me a little time to think about it. I appreciate that you stayed and did not do what they did. And the good thing is, my foreman stayed, 2 of my drivers stayed, and my level guy stayed, and 1 helper, which is really good at irrigation and lighting and all that. He's pretty good at everything, really. They stayed. 5 guys stayed. Basically my dream team. The dream team stayed. The other ones quit. So the job went on, and I said, dude, I need to find more people. So got on my phone, literally, I just started calling. Ding, 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 ding. And I found a few guys. They came in the next day. They helped finish the job, and we moved along. Your main employees, like your foreman and the guys that are super dedicated and loyal, they themselves need to be taken care of 100% without a doubt. Okay? They need to be taken care of first. And the way that I did it is I wanted to, like, it doesn't matter how much I thank them, none of that. I need to show them with money. Okay? So there's about 14 holidays in the calendar year. They're federal holidays. And I told them every single holiday I will pay you. To the 5 guys. Every single holiday I will pay you. You don't have to be here. I gave them 3 days vacation and 2 days sick days. So 5 days. And then, so right now they're about 19 days of paid work. And then 5 days of work at the end of the year as a bonus for Christmas. So that's 24 days. 24 days of paid work. Like, if you make $300 a day, you know, that's $7,000, over $7,000. Holla at your boy. That's a really good way to saying thank you. And what I was gonna do is take them all out and get them all a brand new pair of boots. And just do stuff like that. Really, really, really take care of them. Like, $7,000, guys, is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? $7,000 is a big deal. $7,000 is a big deal. So, especially when you make $40,000, $50,000, $7,000, that's an eighth of your paycheck increased in a whole year. Holla at your boy, you know? So they were really happy about that. They were pretty thrilled. And I'm happy about that because now I know who's serious. And the best way, man, I'm telling you, sometimes you're gonna have a company and you're gonna grow it, and then stuff's gonna like kind of bog out, kind of like dip, and you're gonna want to fix it. You're gonna want to go and try to fix the problem. But sometimes the best thing to do is just to start from scratch, just to get rid of the problem, because those 3 guys, they were like a disease. They're like a cancer, right? And the cancer was in the body, and it was in the bones, in the arms, in the legs, and you can't cut the little cancer out. So those 3 guys I blew out, they caused the other 11 to have a bad attitude and start becoming a problem for me. So I'm really thankful that happened, that everything falls into place, man. I'm telling you. That little stupid cliche saying, everything happens for a reason. Well, this time, I'm glad this was the reason, because I got to push the reset button. And now, we're back better than ever. Stronger than ever. I got 9 guys total right now. And none of them are related. And none of them are younger than 27, which is incredible, because now I stress that it's really important for us to move the job along so they get paid better. Okay? That's so important. Move the job along. Push the work. Push the job along. Now your employees understand how to do that. You're going to need to create a company culture with the employees, and the people that are going to lead are your foreman and your project manager. So every single day, at the end of the day, I would highly recommend that you have like a tailgate meeting. And a tailgate meeting is pretty simple. You gather everyone around. Let's say you're getting off work at 3:30. You gather everyone around at 3:30, 3:35, after everything's put away, after all the stuff's in, and then you make a game plan for tomorrow. What are you going to need to get? We need to get a few bags of thin set? Okay. Jose will go get that. You need to go get a pallet of pavers? Okay. Hector will go get that. See what I'm saying? Like, the job is getting planned for tomorrow, so when they show up, I don't get a phone call, hey, we need a pallet of pavers. Dude, why didn't you figure that out yesterday? Okay? So the tailgate meetings are super important, and they will push the job along. They will make sure that the job gets done. Because remember, when the work's not being done, dude, you're not making money. at all. Zero. And when stuff is lagging, like when pavers are ready to be put in, but you don't have the pallet of pavers, and your employees have to wait, ugh. What a buzzkill. You need to be very organized, and you need to have these tailgate meetings, for sure, without a doubt. Definitely have those tailgate meetings. Now, what I did in the beginning was I wanted my foreman to feel very, very trusted in me, that I would, like, I trust him. Like, I believe in him to run the company, to push the jobs along. And I gave him the keys to the trailer. So right now, as we speak, like, every single piece of equipment that I have can be stolen by my own employees because they have all the keys. Literally everything. Everything. That puts a lot of trust in them, and that puts a lot of trust in me, because now I see that, now I see who's serious. And the guys that stayed definitely had the most amount of equipment, most amount of tools, most amount of keys to my trailers, my trucks. So those are the guys that stayed. The other guys, they didn't have anything because I didn't trust them. Like, I know they wouldn't steal anything, but I wouldn't trust them with the keys, because if something goes sour, who knows? Who knows what would happen? So definitely, I would highly suggest keep that foreman happy. Like, smother him with happiness. Like, that kind of stuff. Wrapping up, man. Coming to the end. Definitely don't share doubts with anybody. I've said this in many other programs, but I have to keep repeating myself. Do not share doubts with your employees, especially your employees. Do not share doubts with your wife. Do not share doubts with your cousin, your husband, your sister-in-law. Nobody. Don't ever share a doubt. You can be wrong, but never in doubt. That's what you should live your life by. You can be wrong, but never in doubt. So when Kyle's dad tells you it's difficult to get payroll, it's difficult to get unemployment, it's difficult to do this and this, you tell Kyle's dad, all right, thank you very much, but I don't care. And you can even say it in here. You don't have to say it out loud. But truth of the matter is, it's not hard, and you know it. It's only hard because you've never done it. And that, like, meaning that someone gives it by saying, oh, it's hard to run a company. Well, yeah, doofus, it's not easy. It's not, like, super simple, because then the guy at McDonald's could do it. But the guy at McDonald's, he's not thinking like me. He's not thinking, I want to blow up my company to 3 million. He's not thinking, I want to have a big, massive audience knowing me and doing business with me. He's thinking, I need to play PlayStation tonight. I'm going to hop on Xbox Live and murder some people at Halo. That's what he's thinking. Come into work, put in a shift, go home, play Xbox. Come into work, because, I know that because that's what I used to do. That's a loser's mentality. That's how people lose. So, look, right here, I just got this TV, right? It was about $2,000 plus this thing, $1,000. So this whole setup right here is about $5-6 grand, right? With all the little speakers and woofers. I have used this TV. I've used this TV about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I've used that TV about an hour and a half to 2 hours that it's been active. And I've lived, this is my new apartment, by the way, and I've lived in this place for about 2.5 months. And I don't care that it's, like, I didn't buy the TV to have the TV. I bought the TV so it doesn't look weird. It's just a white wall. So I had to buy something. If it was up to me, I don't need a couch. I love this beanbag, but I don't need a TV. I don't need any of this. I used it to watch YouTube. I need that right there. This is what I need. See that? That's what I need. That's my office. That's my station. I love that place. It's a standing desk. It's incredible. It keeps me very productive. When I get, like, drowsy and slouchy, I pop that desk up and I stand. When I get tired, I sit down. It's beautiful. But it's a great tool. This, I bought just so it doesn't look weird in my apartment. But the guy at McDonald's, this is his dream, to have a place like this. I don't care about this place. It means nothing to me. Yeah, it's cool. I walk in sometimes and I'm like, damn, this is a nice joint. But I'm not being all I can be because I have an apartment. I have a nice apartment. I got some nice furniture. It doesn't matter to me. I need to grow my brand. I need to grow my company. I need people to know me. I need to be super filthy rich. The guy at McDonald's, he wants this place. He wants a little girlfriend, and he wants to come in and play Xbox. I don't have an Xbox. I didn't buy one. I was thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I should buy an Xbox. And I'm like, for what? When am I going to play Xbox? Never. So if you have an Xbox right now, maybe it's time you dump it. Actually, it's not maybe time. It is time. Get rid of it. Put it on Craigslist. Sell it for $100. Just get it out of your house. You don't need it. You need a business. You don't need any of this stuff. You need a company. You need to grow. You need to make money. In a few years, when I'm super wealthy, maybe I'll get an Xbox. I doubt it. Who knows? If I do, I'll post a video in the GoatGang and I'll tell you, I got an Xbox. But that's what you need to do, man. Keep your mind sharp. Keep it focused. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals. This is why I press on you to be part of the group. It's so important. I know it's a great product. I know 100%, without a doubt, it will change the way you think. But you're letting money get in the way of that. And you'd be like, well, T, why don't you just give it to me for free? Because if I give it to you for free, I don't care about it. I'm not going to invest my time into it. Why would I go and make a video in the GoatGang if it's free when I can go and close a deal and shut a deal down and make some money? But when I'm getting income from the GoatGang, from the group, I feel more invested. I want to give back. I feel obligated. It's the right thing to do. And there you go again with that whole free mentality. Dude, if it's free, it's garbage. I don't want stuff for free. I want to pay for things. I really do. Look what happened with Grant. Grant brought me up on stage. I've paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for him, and it was an incredible opportunity to speak on stage. It's scary to speak on stage in front of 36,000 people. I guarantee you, your hands would be getting wet. Your armpits be starting to sweat. Your mouth be getting dry. Guarantee you. But I was ready. I was prepared. I went in there because I knew that's my time to shine, baby. It's my time to shine. That's what I wanted to do. Wrapping up. Employees. Easy to find. Employees. Extremely easy to find. Employees. Really easy to find. Listening to your uncle and Kyle's dad. Wrong. Listening to people that haven't done it, that give you advice on it. Wrong. Listening to people, negativity with stupid news, and dumb stuff on TV while you're trying to grow a company. Wrong. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, positive influence. Correct. Spreading doubt and fear within your company by talking about something that's happened bad with work, something that's happened bad with employees, something that's happened bad with finances. Wrong. You may be wrong, but you're never in doubt. Remember that. Don't ever be in doubt. You can be wrong. It's okay. You're wrong. Admit it. Move on. Done. But don't be in doubt. So much of the population is in doubt. Every single thing that people do, when I say people, I mean majority of the population, they are in doubt. Skeptical. That won't work for me. How do you know? Where's the test? Did you try it? You haven't even tried it yet, and you're cutting off the possibility. That's the problem. Don't do that to yourself, man. You're like chopping yourself at the knees. Promise you, that is the wrong way of going about it. You need build up. You need push. You need a fire lit under your booty. That was a lighter. And you will succeed. You need people that are succeeding. People that are doing it. People that have employees. People that are going out actively looking for employees. Not, employees are hard to find. Communication will get you really, really far. I'm telling you. And man, if you're watching this and I don't know you, if I personally don't know you, that's your fault. Because I really, really do want to know you. The only thing I wanted when I was watching Grant's videos is for that guy to know my name. I really did. I'm like, dude, I just want him to know who I am. I just want him to know, yo, there's Tigran, you know? And that's what he knows. That's what he does now. He's like, yo, what's up, T? Like, he knows me by my first name. He messages me. He follows me on Instagram. I mean, he brought me up 30 minutes before the event was over to share my success, which I didn't think he was going to do. It was ridiculous, to say the least. Ridiculous. That brought so much validation to me. And not that I actively go out and seek validation from people. I don't. There's just a few people that I need a little bit of validation from. My mentors, just to say, hey, you're doing it right, man. Keep going. Keep pushing. And that's what you need. I can be your mentor. I actually want to be your mentor. And yes, dude, yes, it's easier to get me to mentor you than to get Grant Cardone. And by the way, when I do become your mentor, when I do become your friend, when I do become your teacher, believe me, it's going to be 100 times easier to get in contact with Grant than it is if you don't know me. That I can promise you. For sure, without a doubt. Because I've paid that price already. And now, every time the Goat Gang goes with me to an event, I say, hey, G, these are my people. These are my friends. They are your fans. They want to meet you. And we get a picture. Like, talk about a warm opening, you know? So that's it, man. I'm going to wrap this up. It was a good program. It was a great program. It helped me a lot. Don't spread doubt, fear, negativity. Don't hire families. Be very selective where you get information from. And you need a place to exert, communicate, and talk about growing your company in a safe place where no one's going to talk negativity and bad and stuff like that. So you need that. You definitely need that. Join the Goat Gang. It's the right thing to do, I promise. It will solve so many of your problems because you're going to get on there and you're going to see me every single day. Whoa, look at this guy. He's doing it. And then you're going to see another guy. He's doing it. And another guy. He's doing it. I'm going to play some videos for you afterwards. You know what to do, man. Join the group. It's the right thing to do. Hit me up on Facebook. If I missed anything that you want answers to, message me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. But the best way to do it really is to join the group and then post a video. Say, yo, T, about the employee program, I had a question. I really want you to answer this. And just record a video, drop it in, and tag me, and I'll shoot a video back. That's the best way. If you have specific questions, be more than happy to answer them. With that being said, employees program, that's the end of that. Next one is finances. Be ready. It's going down. Peace.
It's probably going to come out to like 25,000, but we're going to try our hardest to close the shit out of it. Yeah, this is great. This is really cool. Man, we've come so far in the last couple months. I mean, it's like, dude, we started in fucking August. Full-blown insurance, workers' comp. We got our first guy hired. Dude, I'm really happy. And honestly, I mean, I couldn't have done it without, Tigran just kind of showing the way as far as like some of the technical things, how to bid a little bit better, how to do the contract system a little bit better. I mean, this whole GoatGang thing is pretty awesome, and it's definitely helped a lot, especially talking to some of you guys and being able to see what you've been through and whatever. I mean, no matter how much money I make, no matter how far we get, Zane and I both, I mean, we're still going to stay in GoatGang and keep up with you guys because this is a great community. But Dude, it's awesome. It's awesome. We should be hiring like Tigran. Oh yeah, Tigran said awesome. Hey, hey Tigran, how you doing? Yeah, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
what's up, Tigran?
Hey, what up? What up?
Yo,
Yeah, man. Dude, freaking thank you so much. Tigran, thank you for your guidance and everything you've helped us out with. Opened our eyes, man. I mean, you were right. We just need to start hiring and just kicking ass.
this video is a shout out to Tigran, man. I would not be where I'm at today without you and your group and all your programs. I am so glad I invested in myself, and I'm so glad I found your video. I'm just super stoked about this. I just closed a $28,000 job. Well, it'll be over 30 after upcharges because she wants me to extend it, and so does her neighbor. He wants me to extend it down a little bit by his lake and stuff. Anybody that even questions joining the Goat Gang, you need to show them this video because I would not be where I'm at without the group. Like, this is a quarter of my sales last year, which is phenomenal. Wow, I am just ecstatic right now, and it is crazy. I'm 20 years old, and I've only been in business 2 years now. This is my second year, and I closed a over $30,000 job basically with upcharges. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, and I knew it was doable because of Tigran. Thank you, man.
Hey, GoatGang. It's 1:10:19, and here's my goals for the day. But first, I'd like to say that the GoatGang has really changed my mindset in a phenomenal way that I would like to explain to you a little bit about that. Like when I go into public, I feel more outspoken. I feel like I speak clearer. I feel more confident. I feel like my communication skills are building at a rapid rate. These goals are really helping me out. Ever since I've started them, it's been real effective for me.
All right, so this is the Goat Gang right here. This is the page. It's 120 people in here, 119 to be exact, about to be 120 pretty soon. And I get on here every single week and I post videos, right? I talk about my week, what I learned, some things that were a big shift mentally. Now he's going to be fucking cleaning house. Like, this is the problem. This is why people hate on credit cards and they can't afford stuff. Oh, I can't, credit cards, I can't trust myself. You're an idiot. Like, you're a dumbass. See? I just spit it like it's real, man. And then we have guys going live here. Jordan, he's about 18 years old. He's super young. Christopher, he's been doing landscaping since August, a couple months. He's successful. This guy's in California. So you're going to get access to all of these people. This guy's in Houston. Okay, he's doing some pretty good stuff. You're going to get access to a lot of these people. This guy's in North Carolina, Alex. He's really funny. He just moved his entire company because it was just the right thing to do. He needed to get away from his parents, and he did the right thing. See, people post questions. Like, this is a concrete floor, and one of the guys in here, his name is Leroy. He specializes in concrete, and one of the guys, he asked if he does stuff like this. So, dude, I mean, it's a great place to be. You know, it's an incredible place to be. You can get out here, and you can talk. You can communicate with each other. This guy's from L.A., There's my boy again. There's LB. Leroy is super cool. He's from Atlanta. Awesome people here. Great people to connect with. And especially, these guys are the best to connect with in real life. So when we have meetups, you'll be there. You get access to everything. Every meetup we go to, you will be invited. Straight up. This is the place to be, man. Look at this. I'm about to pull a trigger on a 550 and go truck with 5 containers, 85K. I'm scared shitless, but I know it will make us so much more efficient and a lot more money. See? That's my boy. Give him a heart for that. Any question you have in here, you come in here and ask, man. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just try it for a month. I'm telling you, this will change your life.